Hello and welcome to another Marvel Snap deck highlight. I had a couple people in the past week or so request a move deck or a variation of a move deck, so I put together a pretty standard move deck with a bounce sub package. The idea is there are a handful of 1-drops here. We can play out, bounce them all around, and then Falcon or Beast to pull them all back into our hand, and then let us repeat all of their on-reveal abilities. This is one of the more common move decks that at least I have seen screwing around in Ladder and in Infinite recently. So we're going to see how it works. I will say this deck does kind of hinge on you drawing a couple of your cards that you'd like to move early. Specifically, Human Torch would be ideal. However, you can get away with a Vulture as well. This is going to be a very bad example of a deck, of a game, specifically because there's 2 bar with no names, so we really aren't going to be playing cards like at all. So here we are. Yeah, so like just stick Vision wherever. The cool thing about him is we don't really care about the goose. We can move him right on in there. The only way we lose bar with no name is if we mess that up and play something there. Or I ignore cards and we end up moving something there. So I think our best shot here is going to be to activate Araña, stick a Vulture in middle. That will move him to the right. He will become a 10 power. And we're going to stick our Vision there as well. That's going to give us a decent amount of power there. We 1 bar with no name. Unless he has a way to get rid of or move the Cosmo. And we won actually both of these locations, unless he moves the shield back, in which case we won Valhalla as well. Basically, this location sucks, and we are winning explicitly because of it. That being said, even if we had one of our early plays, we would have falconed anyway, so we'd have been fine. Yeah, that was his best move without some sort of location control. Unfortunately, we're running a move deck, so we can just ignore locations like this until turn 6 when we eat everything out of there. So, probably a bad example, but you can do a lot of screwy locations with move decks that you can't do otherwise. So that's cool. Hopping into game 2. Pretty similar starting hand. Really the goal with this is to get some of these 1-drops up early. That way we can Falcon or Beast to repeat them. We're going to put our Kraven there because I think he has the best potential to become a really big card. The other option is Vulture, but we don't have him in hand right now. So here we are. I will say the one notable missing card here is going to be Dagger. She works really well. She's a 2/2. When she moves to a location, +2 power for each card your opponent has there. She can get pretty big pretty fast doing that. That was actually the recent nerf because she was getting too big, and kind of breaking the meta a little bit if you could get her going. A lot of decks ran a similar package to this, only with Taskmaster. So you would get a stupidly big Human Torch or stupidly big Dagger, and then on turn 6 you would Taskmaster them, and that you basically won 2 locations doing that. It wasn't a real good way to counter. So it's unclear if the Dagger nerf was because of that. Taskmaster also got nerfed. Again, I'm not really clear if it's because of that explicitly. But yeah, so here we are. What we're going to do here is just go for move a bunch of stuff into Monster Metropolis. We're probably going to play the Heimdall into the Throne Room. Right now their biggest card there is a 5. So a 10 power should be able to take that. Hey, that's not very nice. That is -2 power, which is unfortunate. The Heimdall will give it a +2 though, so the end result is really the same. Yeah, we're gonna leave it. So the option here is, do we want to move Vision first, so Vision ends up in middle? I think at this point we're just gonna throw middle. The Kraven is probably gonna get the Monster Metropolis, which will win us there. And a 10 power Heimdall is looking pretty good into Throne Room. Unless he plays a 12 power Magneto, in which case it's not looking great.
I see.
But we did win middle because of that, so we'll take it, I guess. Not the way I intended to win, but a win's a win.
Victory.
And on into game 3. We have been doing pretty well, but honestly, I'm kind of wishing I had the Dagger instead of the Cloak at this point, just based on the kind of card draws we've been seeing. It'd be nice to have another card that gets really big via moving. That being said, we haven't drawn the Cloak yet, so even if that was switched, it would not have mattered up to this point. Oh well. Honestly, the Spider-Man, probably not the greatest card to put in the deck either, but it is a 1/6, which is a very good stat line. We're running a move deck, so we are going to have stuff moving. Not too bad. Ah, crud. So we got to start playing cards here, because this just buffs stuff. So we have to just put cards here to get that +1 power. So it's created by Araña. That I can live with. When people have that in their starting deck, that's always terrifying. So you're like, alright, well, they built around it, so I'm probably getting hit with it. But since this is an Arsham deck, I'm guessing he has maybe 2 of those. Or two cards that he hits with the bullseye, rather, which not best case scenario, but not really that bad either. Yeah, so since this is turn 5, we're just sticking the beast down. Again, ideally, you have all these free 1-drops that are in my deck, contrary to what you may be seeing right now. So this does not win. I think we are better off slapping a bunch of cards around the board. How do we want to do this? Yeah, see, this kind of hurts us, because even though this isn't a 1-cost card, right now it is. So we can't play it in the middle, which is unfortunate. Because what I want to do is bounce a card into the Kraven there, but I don't think that's happening. So that is probably our best play line. We're not winning over here. 8 power seems pretty weak middle, especially because this is an RSM deck. Yeah. You know? Depending on where that bot goes. Just kidding. Why does this still say 8 power? Something is not right. Oh, because, yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So if that doesn't hit middle, we tie middle. And well, I guess if it doesn't hit middle, it hits left, so we win tiebreaker. But, yeah, is what it is. Right on into game 4. That is a super good, wow, words are hard. That's a super good location for us. So at very least, we're going to play the Vulture down. And that's going to become a large card. Kraven is also good. We're going to stick him in the middle. Interesting. You know, I kind of don't want to play into Quantum Tunnel right now. Moves the next to the left, so we're going to put Vulture middle. The Iron Fist should push it into Bifrost, and the Araña should push it back. If for whatever reason that's not the order it works in, the Araña will push it into Quantum Tunnel, and the Iron Fist will push it back. Either way, it'll move twice and end up in Utopia, which is what we want, because Bifrost will then push all of that into Quantum Tunnel, which will be another 6 power for Vulture, and the Kraven will get buffed by all of these dudes moving. This is another Araña deck. The nerve of some people. So what we're going to do here is play a whole bunch of cards. This is just a 1/6, right? Decent stat line right there. And it will buff the Kraven when everything moves over. This Cloak is going to activate in Bifrost, which will let us pick and choose cards that we'd like to move back. Pretty much, as a general statement, I do not want to fill a lane if I don't have to. Oh, that's tough. You hate to see that. I mean, I like it because I'm playing against it, but whenever I run Arsham, that sucks. Yeah, so now we can move cards back over into the Bifrost. So we are going to move Kraven, and honestly, that's it. Actually, you know, move Spider-Man too. The question here is, do I slap something into Quantum Tunnel and hope for the Odin pull? Or honestly, the Beast pull wouldn't be bad? I just don't want a Falcon? Or do I just play Vision in the middle? And I'm kind of thinking we're going to take a chance. This is dumb luck, so Vision's probably the better play, but I enjoy gambling. And he moved so many cards, so that better be a Shang, sir. You done messed up if that's not. That's not a Shang. That's wild. I don't know why you move that many cards, not knowing that you're playing a move deck. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, I can't do that because I the beast this turn would be killer. If we got a beast last turn, that's super cool. We now have a 2-cost vulture we can slap back somewhere. Beast this turn, not it. That's only 4. That's more power in the middle though. So this is less power total. This is only going to end up being a 6 versus if we did the Iron Fist and then the Vision. But this adds a healthy amount of power into Bifrost, and it gives us 2 extra power in the middle. Really, we're going for Quantum Tunnel and Bifrost, but I like to keep them honest if we can. So they have to play a little bit of power in middle to have a chance there. There's the Shang we were waiting for. So this is a 3-cost card. I hope that doesn't stay middle. They play 2 cards. It's not going anywhere. You love to see it. Yeah, so that is the downside of having like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 10 or 11 Kraven buffs. Like that's a big Kraven right there. But yeah, the Shang would be the downside to seeing a card be as successful as that. And lastly, hopping into game 5, if we draw a Human Torch, we snap immediately, except I'm not a monster. And we are an infinite, so I don't snap. But that would be the condition we're looking for. Human Torch? Dang it. Honestly, we're just not going to play anything here. It's a destroy deck. That's not great. The question is, do they throw the Killmonger out early, or do they hold on to it? Because that's really what determines our success here. No, my hand's full, you monster. That's fine. Throw that down there. Still looking for the Human Torch. If we don't draw him this turn, we're just going to play a bunch of cards out. Yeah, they wanted that bit, but then ooh. Beautiful. So now what we're going to do is Araña. The next card you play moves 1 space to the right. I'm going to play the Human Torch middle. That will blast it into Pet Mansion. I lied. We're going to play the Human Torch here. Because I'm doing some big brain thinking right here. That's going to push it into middle. We can play both of our chimichangas. So that will buff it up to a much bigger card. We're going to slap down the Ghost Spider. Over here, that should pull the chimichanga. And then we're going to Falcon, which will pick all of our 1-drops up. So we're not risking a Killmonger play here. Oh, so the +1 power is applied before the move. Noted. So that's a nice big Human Torch. 120. Yeah, take that, Deadpool. And it is unkillmongerable. That is a word for sure. So honestly, we probably lost this one because we're cooking in 1 lane. But I'm not really seeing the win condition for a 2nd lane unless we get a Vulture maybe? That's best case scenario. Yeah. So it looks like we're only winning 1 lane here, which is unfortunate. However, 20 power Human Torch. That's pretty cool, right? Honestly, I think our best win condition might be that. What that does is it puts us up 1 power here. We're up here, and it puts us up a lot here. They did not destroy that many cards. So the death is a 5 cost? Right, they destroyed 3 cards. So they could play a 2-power Deadpool and a 12-power Death. Or they can just slap a null down somewhere. The null is only the null is actually worse than the Death. They're not going to play a null. The question is, what do they play? They could do a Venom somewhere. We might be better off doing this. I'm looking at the number of cards they destroyed, and there's a real chance we win this. Yeah, that's what, like 9 power? That's a horrible stat line. 20 power Human Torch! Deadpool is jealous. So anyway, that's a move deck. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.